The rain didn't stop that night. It felt like the sky was mourning everything Malik had lost. He and his mother hid beneath the bridge, soaked to the bone, hearts still, echoing with the sound of the gunshot that took Dr. Reed. The faint blue pulse of the transmitter glowed in his hand, the last thing Reed had given him. It blinked slowly, pointing east, toward the city's industrial district. Malik wiped the rain from his face and whispered, "That's where the data is." His mother looked at him, exhausted but unbroken. "Then we go there." They moved through the back streets, sticking to the shadows. Every sound made them flinch. The passing of cars, the distant thunder, the occasional siren cutting through the night. Malik clutched the small tracker tight, its pulse steady, guiding them like a heartbeat. Before we dive in, don't forget to like this video, hit the subscribe button, and tell me in the comments section where you are watching from. Now let's begin. By dawn, they reached the outskirts of Merriton, a place most people forgot existed. Empty warehouses, cracked asphalt, rusted signs that still bore the company's name. Merriton Energy Research Facility, restricted access. The transmitter blinked faster now. Malik took a breath. "It's here." He broke through a side fence, careful not to make noise, leading his mother through the overgrown lot. The air smelled of rust and ozone. Every step felt like walking deeper into something forbidden. Inside, the facility was dead silent. Dust covered everything. Rows of abandoned consoles, broken glass, papers scattered like ghosts of a story no one finished writing. Malik found an old security terminal and connected his laptop. The transmitter synced instantly. A hidden folder appeared on the screen, encrypted and labeled. M-serum_test_batch_A. Malik's eyes widened. This is it. He started decrypting the files, his hands trembling as the first images loaded. Photos, charts, patient records, all with the same tag, Merriton prototype. His breath caught when he saw the first name on the list, Conrad Michael. The notes beside it read, "Subject demonstrated increased aggression, memory instability, and advanced cellular reaction to exposure." He scrolled down. The next entry froze him cold. "Reed, Samuel, terminated after data breach risk." Malik's stomach twisted. "They used them," he whispered. "The serum, it was meant for human testing." His mother's voice shook. "And your school," was the cover. Suddenly, the monitors flickered. A voice came through the speakers, distorted but calm. "You shouldn't have come here, Malik." The screen glitched. Static turned to video. It was Mr. Conrad. His face was pale, eyes sharp and unfeeling. "You think you're saving the truth, but you're standing inside the lie that built it." Malik stepped closer, anger burning behind his fear. "You killed Reed." Conrad tilted his head. "He killed himself when he tried to stop progress." Malik clenched his fists. "You call that progress?" Conrad smirked faintly. "You have his transmitter, don't you? Good. Bring it to me, or the next person who dies will be your mother." The feed cut out. The lights died. Silence. Malik turned to his mom. She was trembling but steady. "He's tracking the signal," she said. Malik yanked the battery from the transmitter, but it was too late. Outside, engines roared to life. Black SUVs pulled up around the facility, their headlights piercing the broken windows. "They're here," Malik whispered. He grabbed his mom's hand and ran through the maze of hallways, each turn lit only by flashes of lightning through the ceiling gaps. Behind them, heavy boots pounded the floor. "Find them," someone shouted. Malik and Tanya ducked into a service tunnel, crawling through the dark, the sound of rain echoing through metal pipes. They emerged into an underground chamber lined with old machinery. At the center stood a large steel door, sealed shut with a keypad lock. Malik's laptop beeped faintly, the last line of code from Reed's transmitter decrypting. On the screen appeared one final note. "Chamber 7, Archive Vault. Proof inside." He typed the code into the keypad. The door hissed open, revealing a small, dimly lit room filled with old drives and sealed folders. Malik hurried inside, scanning the labels, government contracts, payment logs, research logs. Then he found it, video file, Project Genesis, Year 1. He clicked play. The footage showed a corporate boardroom. Merriton executives sitting around a glowing table. One of them stood up, and Malik froze. It was Gordon Reese, CEO of Merriton Corporation, the man in charge of everything. Reese looked into the camera and said, Phase 1 is a success. The serum works. Subject M survived exposure beyond limits. Another voice off-screen asked, and the others? Reese smiled coldly. Expendable. Their purpose was data. Malik's hands shook. The next clip showed footage from his school, students in the lab, unaware they were being monitored. A file labeled Test Zone Merriton High blinked across the screen. Malik whispered. They used the school as a trial site. He didn't finish the sentence. Because behind him, a voice said, now you know. Malik turned. Standing in the doorway was Mr. Conrad. He wasn't wearing a suit anymore, just a dark tactical jacket, eyes colder than ice. You should have stayed quiet, Conrad said. Malik stepped back, shielding his mother. Why are you doing this? Conrad's expression didn't change. Because I have to finish what Reed started. The serum was never meant to destroy. It was meant to evolve. Malik, you're the next test. Malik's heart dropped. What? Conrad took a slow step forward. That night, in the fire, you inhaled the chemical residue. You've already been exposed. Malik's mind reeled. You're lying. Conrad's lips curled into a faint smile. Am I? He pointed at Malik's hand, and that's when Malik saw it. The faint golden glow under his skin. Just like before. The same glow he'd noticed weeks after the fire, when his body healed faster than it should have. His mother gasped. Malik. Conrad's voice was calm, steady. You were supposed to die in that explosion. But you didn't. You adapted. Merriton wants you alive now. And they'll stop at nothing to get you. The sound of boots echoed behind Conrad. More operatives entering the room. Malik grabbed the hard drive and smashed the lights. The chamber went dark. He pulled his mother through the side tunnel as gunfire erupted. Sparks burst around them, bullets ricocheting off steel. They stumbled out onto the flooded street, breathless, soaked, running toward the only light left in the distance, an old train station. As they reached the tracks, the faint hum of the transmitter came back to life in his pocket, somehow reactivated, glowing brighter than ever. Malik pulled it out, confused. The display flickered and a new line appeared on its screen. DNA sync detected. Phase 2 initiated. He looked at it in horror. It's responding to me. His mother's voice broke through the storm. Malik, what's happening to you? He looked down at his hands, the golden glow pulsing stronger beneath his skin. He could feel his pulse quicken, the world around him vibrating like it was breathing. And from behind them, the sound of an approaching helicopter. Mr. Conrad's voice echoed through the loudspeaker, low, deliberate, merciless. You can't run from what you are, Malik. Phase 2 has begun. He was mocked for his skin his whole life. But now that same blood carried something powerful, something they wanted to control. And as the helicopter's searchlight cut through the rain, Malik whispered, if they made me into this, they'll regret it. The helicopter's blades tore through the rain like thunder made of metal. Malik ran through the flooded tracks, gripping his mother's hand as the searchlight swept over them. His breath came sharp, fast, his skin glowing faintly beneath the storm, that impossible gold pulse spreading up his arms. He didn't understand it, but he could feel it. The strength, the heat, the power that wasn't supposed to exist. They did this to me, he whispered. They turned me into something. Behind them, the voice of Mr. Conrad roared through the loudspeaker. Malik Johnson, stop running. We can still fix this. But Malik knew what fix meant in Merriton's language: erase, terminate, replace. He pulled his mother into an abandoned train depot, ducking beneath the shattered glass roof as the helicopter circled overhead. The transmitter in his pocket hummed again, stronger now, reacting to his heartbeat. He pulled it out. Its display blinked a single line of text. Core sync at 89%. Energy transfer possible. Malik's pulse raced. Transfer? He looked up. The depot was filled with old power lines, rusted control panels, half-broken generators. Suddenly, a voice echoed from the shadows. You don't have to fight me, Malik. It was Conrad, stepping slowly into the light. Rain dripping from his jacket. Behind him, 2 armed operatives fanned out. Malik's mother stood in front of him instinctively. Stay back, she shouted. Conrad's tone was calm, almost fatherly. You don't understand. What's inside you? It's not a curse. It's a gift. You could change the world with this power, if you let us guide you. Malik glared at him. You call killing people guidance? Conrad's eyes flickered. They were necessary losses. We were building the next stage of evolution. And you, Malik, were the result. The serum rejected every other subject except you. Malik's jaw tightened. So that's all I am to you? An experiment. Conrad took a step closer. No, you're proof that I was right. Something in Malik snapped. The rain around them seemed to pause. Every drop suspended midair for just a heartbeat. The glow under his skin blazed brighter, pulsing with anger and grief. You killed Reed. You destroyed everything. And now you want to control me. His voice shook with fury. No more. The lights in the depot flickered, then exploded. Electricity arced from the wires, snapping like lightning. The transmitter in his hand pulsed violently, syncing with the energy around him. The operatives opened fire. Bullets flew, but before they reached him, a wave of golden light burst outward, knocking them back like ragdolls. His mother screamed his name, but Malik was already moving, his body instinctively channeling the surge. Conrad shielded his face, shouting, "You can't contain it. You'll burn yourself alive." But Malik didn't care. He stepped forward, every footstep shaking the ground. "You called this evolution? Then watch it end." He raised his hand, and the generators around the depot roared to life. The old circuits lit up one by one, red, blue, gold, as if the building itself had awakened. Conrad backed away, panicked now. "Malik, stop. You'll destroy everything." Malik's eyes glowed like molten light. "Good." He slammed his hand down on the control console, and the transmitter surged. A blinding pulse of energy spread through the entire depot, climbing up the power lines, ripping through the rain and into the night sky. The helicopter above exploded in a flash of white light. The operatives dropped their weapons, fleeing into the storm. For a moment, everything was silent, except the sound of the rain returning, gentle now, almost cleansing. When the light faded, Malik collapsed to his knees. The glow faded from his skin. The transmitter lay in pieces beside him, its screen cracked, but still flickering faintly. Transfer complete. His mother knelt beside him, tears mixing with rain. "Malik, baby, you did it." He looked up weakly, whispering, "It's over." But then he heard it. Conrad's voice, soft, trembling. "No, it's not." Malik turned. Conrad was alive, barely, leaning against a pillar, half his face burned, eyes still burning with madness. "You think you stopped it?" he gasped. "That pulse didn't destroy the data. It uploaded it." Malik's breath caught. "Uploaded." Conrad smiled through blood-stained teeth. "To the Merriton servers. To everyone. Your DNA, your design, it's online now. The whole world will have it." Malik froze. "You mean?" Conrad coughed out a laugh. "Congratulations, Malik. You just gave humanity its next evolution." He collapsed to the floor, lifeless. Malik stared at him, the rain still falling through the broken ceiling, the glow around him now dim and fading. His mother's voice broke the silence. "Malik, what does that mean?" He looked at the shattered transmitter, its final message flickering faintly on the screen. "Replication sequence. Global." He whispered, almost to himself, "It means they'll come for more. But not if I stop it first." He stood slowly, looking toward the horizon, where the lights of Merriton City glowed like fire in the distance. "I'm not running anymore," he said quietly. "They wanted a weapon, but I'll be the cure." His mother took his hand, tears in her eyes. "You already are." The camera would linger there, the two of them standing beneath the storm, dawn beginning to break over the city skyline, the light reflecting off the puddles like molten gold. The rain finally stopped. The world felt new again, fragile, but alive. Malik looked at the rising sun, the first light of a new day, and said softly, "They mocked me for my skin. But in the end, it's the same light they'll pray for." The boy they mocked became the man who saved them all. He was never the experiment. He was the answer. Justice isn't always loud. Sometimes, it's the sound of a heartbeat refusing to stop.